Hey everyone, back with Mike Sajecki, C&E Marketing. What we're going to discuss today, this is a really interesting one. What we're going to discuss is the Sonance Garden system. And the reason that we're going to discuss it is because we have the capability of putting up to, it's 16 speakers?
Yeah, 16 speakers. 16
speakers onto this one amplifier, this 240 watt amplifier. Not only 16 speakers, but 2 subwoofers.
Absolutely. On
it. And it's pretty darn simple to do.
Yeah, it really is.
It's simple. It's priced right.
Yep.
And you're able to get the left and right stereo effect. Whereas for the last, I don't know, year and a half or so, we've been selling the True Audio system, and we still are. We still love True Audio under this certain, the right conditions. But we still haven't found a good outdoor enclosure for that True Audio 70 volt amplifier. So anybody who wants to stay outside but utilize more satellite speakers rather than, we'll just say, 2 loudspeakers or something like that, you have to take a look at this Sonance system because of its 32 ohm compatibility. Why don't you go ahead and talk about that, because that's going to be where the 32 ohm capability is what makes this work.
Absolutely, and that's really the magic. So to make it really, really easy to not have to introduce things that add more complexity and more cost to the system, like 70 volt transformers, the team at Sonance came up with a really ingenious way to make this work with literally any 2-channel amplifier out there for home applications. So unlike most speakers for home use, which are 8 ohms a piece, these speakers are actually 32 ohms. So what happens is that as we connect all these speakers together, 4 of them on the left channel, 4 of them on the right channel, plus the subwoofer, the amplifier sees an 8 ohm load. The amplifier thinks it's connected to a pair of 8 ohm speakers. Although we're getting 8 total speakers plus a subwoofer. We can expand that system by adding 4 more of these, or even 8 more of these, and further expand that system by adding another subwoofer. So it's all simple technology based on Ohm's law. So again, we're connected.
What might be simple to you isn't necessarily simple to us when we start talking about Ohm.
Exactly, absolutely. So it makes it very easy to work. All these are connected with positive and negative speaker wire. On the left, we connect all the reds together. On the right, and on the left, we connect all the reds together and all the blacks together. And on the right, we connect all the reds together and all the black together. Again, we're leaving 4 speakers and one subwoofer channel on the left, 4 speakers and 1 subwoofer channel on the right, and any amplifier can work really well. And the cool thing is this new Ambisonic Outdoor Amplifier is ideal for the landscape lighting world.
Yeah. So like you said, any outdoor amplifier. So we've got this that it will work with. It will work with Sonos, and inside this casing, it will also work with a True Audio A1 Vessel.
Okay, yeah, that'll work great too.
Yeah, and we know we love that little device. So,
and if you have an application, and not to interrupt you, but if you have an application where you had some rock speakers that were installed 5, 6, 7 years ago, those things don't last very long. The great thing is this system could retrofit with that. We could literally cut off those rock speakers, connect this whole system, all 8 satellites and 1 subwoofer, to those existing wiring leads, and not have to pull any new wire through the house or through the ground.
Yeah, that's going to be key for a lot of these guys too, for the clientele that actually does have some rock speakers in the back, because that's about as good as it's ever been for these people, and now we're able to introduce
and a night and day performance difference. So not only can we have immersive sound, we can cover the whole backyard with space, we get much better sound. We're keeping it away from our neighbors because these are relatively directional. So we're going to get much better performance. These are a 4-inch 2-way satellite speakers, so they actually have a tweeter in them, unlike a lot of speakers at this price point. And then they install really similar to landscape lights. So these come with ground stakes, but you can use additional ground stakes as well. It's a standard 1/2-inch national pipe thread. So these are going to work with any of your lighting accessories, so risers or adapters or yokes, as you guys call them. They're going to work with just about anything you have there. So if you need to get them above the shrub line, mount them to trees, mount them to the surface of a pool cage or even a fence, makes it really easy.
And talk about how you connect the subwoofer into the system, because this is a dual voice coil subwoofer, where what True Audio and we've been bringing to these people mostly single voice coil. So how do you connect the dual voice coil subwoofer?
It makes it really easy. So the amplifier thinks it's 2 speakers. So instead of a regular speaker that has a positive and negative coming out of it, it actually has 2 positives and 2 negatives coming out of it. 4 conductors. So we're putting that right in line, just like that. Red to red, black to black, green to red, green to black and white to red.
Yep.
So this is just like hooking up two speakers. Those go in line. It can go anywhere in that line. It could be the first speaker, the last speaker, or the fifth speaker right in line. Yep. Anywhere it needs to go, wherever it looks best and sounds best.
Yep.
So it's an in-ground subwoofer. You dig a hole about 1 foot in the ground, bury it up to about 2 inches from the lip, and you get really, really great performance and something that blends into the space.
Yeah, and this is a much smaller hole than the boxier style subwoofers that we talked about. So I'm really digging this style, this setup, trying to make it really easy for the landscape lighting guy to feel comfortable.
Right.
Selling, installing, and designing these systems.
Yes, at the end of the day, 70-volt systems are a little bit complex. You need to have a higher level of understanding of electronics and audio as well. And for those that get it, great, but it does make it a little bit more difficult for the standard lighting guy that's trying to get into this world. There's a whole lot more things to take into account. At the end of the day, this is no different than hooking up a pair of basic speakers like you did in your college dorm room.
You're assuming that a lot of them went to college.
Exactly right. I didn't, so I can figure it out.
I appreciate it, Mike.
Yeah, happy to help.
Thanks, guys.